this is my player ratings for the season so far. I'm gonna do it for just the signings. I'm gonna do one for the whole team in a future video, in a future live stream. So starting with, wait, let me get my laptop. I just need to remember who our signings actually were. So let me just put this stuff out of the way. Bear with me. So starting from the bottom of Sky Sports' list, that's Davide Zappacosta. For me, he's been okay so far. He's had a few brilliant performances, like against Karabakh, for example, and he's had a few bad performances. And the only example I can give you, for me, the best example I can give you was West Ham. He was terrible. He was absolutely terrible against West Ham. But for me, he scored a good goal against Karabakh, so overall, he's helped the team. He's got a few assists. If I remember correctly, it was him and Willian who changed the game against Watford. So for that, I'd give him an 8 out of 10. Next in line is Antonio Rudiger, and for me, he's been a bit unfortunate not to start more games, particularly in the Premier League, because for me, in the games he has played, bar maybe Roma away from home, he's been brilliant. He's been brilliant, and for that, I'm going to give him like an 8.5. I was just about to say 9, but for me, 8.5 is just about right. Up next, Alvaro Morata, our £70 million striker. For me, he's definitely getting an 8 or 9 out of 10. I'm gonna go with a 9 because he scored 12 goals for us, and all 12 of them were brilliant. For me, my favourite goal of his was against Manchester United, and if you haven't seen my reaction, go and check it out. That's all you need to know, because it was a brilliant goal, and for me, he deserves to get a 9 out of 10 because his performances have been good. The only game where he hasn't turned up in was against Roma away, in my opinion, and he's done wonders for us so far. And it's not much you can. The only thing I can criticise him on is his physicality. But to be honest, he's only just come to England, so we have to let him settle in. Although he has settled in, but it's only his first season, if you know what I mean. So let's not ridicule him. Let's not ridicule him, because he's been brilliant so far, especially with his link-up play with Hazard, Fabregas, and certainly Cesar Azpilicueta. Kylian Hazard's obviously come in, but he's not played for the first team, so I'm not going to put him in. Next in line is Danny Drinkwater, and for me, he's been brilliant. He's made a few appearances, but he's made no mistakes. Yeah, I'm live streaming. I'm doing player ratings, so yeah, stay tuned. That's Danny Drinkwater. Next up is Willy Caballero. For me, he's been brilliant. He's been our brilliant second choice keeper. He has conceded a few goals, but you can't expect a keeper to keep a clean sheet every game, so no complaints there. So, oh yeah, I forgot to give Danny Drinkwater a rating. I'll give him an 8 out of 10. For me, Willy Caballero definitely deserves a 9 out of 10. Definitely deserves a 9 out of 10 for his... He's just a world-class keeper. A world-class keeper. Yeah, I fully support Willy too. Okay, the next one's going to be a bit controversial because it's Tamuri Bakayoko. For me, he's had a few ups and downs, and for me, I think he's had more ups than downs. And I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10 simply because he's gone through a lot of criticism, and he's had to do a lot of work in which Kante would have done, as in he would have had to break up play, intercept and distribute the ball forwards, and it's not easy adjusting to the Premier League. And for me, Kante is more of a defensive midfielder in comparison to Bakayoko, whereas Bakayoko, in my opinion, is more of a box to box or even an attacking midfielder. He's got the build for a box to box midfielder, so I think he should be played in that role and not a defensive midfield role. And that leads on to a point which I was going to make about the transfer market. I think we need just one more defensive midfielder and definitely another creative midfielder because we're lacking in that area. But for me, Bakayoko has actually been good. He's got 2 goals for us as well. One of them was a bit dubious. Thanks. I love the hat. It's not going away anytime soon, so you'll keep seeing it. But for me, this one's it was a bit controversial because lots of people have been giving Bakayoko criticism. But for me, he's been brilliant so far, so I'm going to take nothing away from him. He has had to replace Nemanja Matic, which is never easy because he is a very talented player. And in my opinion, if Bakayoko did come in and Matic did stay, then we'd be on City's tail. But that's for another day. And then lastly, but certainly not least, is Ethan Ampadu. For me, whenever he's come in, he's been brilliant. Particularly against Bournemouth in the Carabao Cup, he was our best player, easily the best player. And if he wasn't there, then Bournemouth would have easily won the game because particularly in the second half, it wasn't the best Chelsea we've ever seen. Let's be honest, it wasn't the best Chelsea, but yeah, he's the same age as me. But for Ethan Ampadu, I'm gonna have to give him a 10 because he's only young, he's still learning, but he's not set a foot wrong. So 10 out of 10 for me. You know what? I'm gonna have to change the title after I finish doing this live stream because I'm gonna do the entire squad. In goal, I'm gonna do the regular 11 as well. In goal, Thibaut Courtois, for me, he's been an 8 out of 10. He could have saved some shots which led to some goals, but again, maybe a 9. Maybe that's me being a bit harsh. Azpilicueta, can I really say anything bad about him? No. So I'm gonna give him a 9 out of 10. Cahill, 8 out of 10. He could be a lot better in games such as he could have been better in a few games such as against Manchester City at home, where collectively the entire defence was just terrible, so not just him. Christensen, 9 out of 10. He's just been brilliant. He's a youngster as well, and he's still learning, so full credit to him. Victor Moses, he's been injured, so I'll give him credit for putting in the usual good performances. So for me, that's an 8 out of 10 for Victor Moses. For Kante, again, just the usual Kante. He does need to rest though, so because against against Brighton, sorry. He did give the ball away a few times in the first half, but nonetheless, Kante's just Kante. Fabregas is just Fabregas, so I'll give him an 8 out of 10. He has had a few bad performances, particularly against Roma, away from home. But for me, his best performance was against Manchester United, where he's creating loads and loads and loads of chances for the likes of Alvaro Morata and Eden Hazard, especially in that Man United game where they were peppering United. United just... they couldn't stop us. They literally couldn't stop us. The only thing that stopped them was maybe bad finishing. So that's the midfield. Marcos Alonso. Marcos Alonso runs down the wing for me. He's 9 out of 10, easily a 9 out of 10. He's been brilliant for us this season so far, even in his games where he looked tired. For me, the only bad performances I can recall were against Manchester City, Roma. Again, he silenced all his critics. Where are the critics now? Where are they? And also, his free kicks are beautiful. Oh. Where would we be without Marcos Alonso's free kicks? Kennedy. He's been okay. He needs, for me, I think that he should be played as a striker, because that's the position he normally plays in, not a left midfielder or a left back. I want to see more of him. I want to see him play as a forward, or maybe a striker, or no, an inside forward or a striker. I'd love to see that, because those are his natural positions. Hazard's just Hazard. He's the one who knows how to twist any defender or any player with his magic. For me, he's been a 9 out of 10. The only criticism I have of Eden Hazard is that he needs to shoot more often. Alvaro Morata I've already done, and yeah, imagine his brothers on the pitch. That would be absolutely amazing. All of them just tearing up opposition defences. That would be brilliant. For me, Michy Batshuayi deserves a 9 out of 10 as well. He hasn't played a lot, but the sole reason why I'm giving him a 9 out of 10 is because he rescued the 3 points against Atletico Madrid. A thoroughly deserved 3 points, just to let you know. And if it wasn't for him, we would have drew. Apologies, I got a notification. But we would have lost that game easily against Watford if he did not come on that pitch. We would not have won that game if he did not come on the pitch. Both of his goals were brilliant, particularly the header, the diving header as the ball was behind him, and he got a glancing header and into the top corner. Top class goal. Reminded me of Didier Drogba. Brilliant goal, and for me, he deserves a 9 out of 10 for that. He shut the critics up in that game. Who else is there? Oh yeah, Charlie Masonda. 10 out of 10 for me. Got his first goal for Chelsea. Thoroughly deserved from him. And he's the next Hazard. That's all I need to say. That's all the players I can remember, so I'm going to have to end this live stream. Let me know what you think. Thank you all for watching. Like, comment and subscribe to my channel. I will change the title later on, don't worry. And I'll see you all tomorrow for my Chelsea vs Stoke City preview. So thank you all for watching. Like, comment and subscribe again, like I said, and I'll see you all soon. Come on, you Blues.